my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and also ahead of Africa Day, celebrating a lot, but also ahead of the colder months, we need to celebrate the options that are coming through. And with the warm notes of rust and the fresh feel of khaki, natural tones are the colors of the season. Now, we're talking about everything from corduroy midi skirts to striped knits and fur-lined puffers. Woolworths has built the perfect winter wardrobe for you. And the one and only stylist and creative director, Taryn Oppel, is here to take us through these cozy staples and chic statement pieces. And already looking like a chic statement already.
Yes.
Are you wearing some of these pieces?
I am. I'm wearing the rust chunky knit.
It looks
is
good.
So cozy.
And that's what I think knitwear is all about. It's like,
Absolutely.
can I spend the day feeling like I'm just being hugged from all angles and just having that
Wouldn't that
comfort?
be
Yeah. Is that an option for us? What do you got?
Yes, let me show you.
Oh, yes.
I have got a variety of knits here, but I actually want to talk about like knits from the classic pieces up until the more trendy.
Nice, okay.
So I'm going to start with the ribbed polo neck, which is a staple classic piece, a layering piece.
Yes.
And these come in a variety of colors, and obviously you can see you get stripes and solid colors
An
as
option,
well.
Of course. So these are going to work as we discuss later on how to maybe put this all together, how to lay it. But we won't jump the gun. I'm getting excited.
Let's just work our way
Yes.
through. This is a black version of what I'm wearing.
Oh,
And what I
nice.
love about this is the sort of like flowy collar with the button details. So this is a little bit more trendy with that addition of gold buttons. And speaking of gold buttons, there's also the cardigan version. It's all about the stripe this season as well.
It is, but I think the stripe with the buttons, it's giving this feel of like regality, if
Oh
that's
my
even
gosh,
a word.
it's feeling French, like
Yeah.
French bistro type vibes.
I'm definitely getting that.
But another thing about winter is proportion. So when we talk about proportions, I'm talking about mixing your bottoms and your tops and how that works well together.
Yes.
So for me, for example, I'm wearing a straight denim.
Yeah.
So anything fitted or oversized with a little bit of a tuck works perfectly.
Okay.
But then when it comes to something that has a little bit more room,
Yeah.
you want to pair that with something
more
that's
fitted.
fitted. So you're balancing
Okay.
out the proportions, basically. If you're wearing a wide leg denim, same thing.
And also
then,
naturally highlighting some of the beautiful curves and the shapes that we do
of
possess
course,
at the same time.
I mean, speaking of curves, if I can just find this. Okay, so this is the leather look zip bottom
nice.
leggings. And my number one rule when it comes to leggings is go a little bit bigger on top.
Okay.
Because you want to obviously have a hint of the legging appearing and not like a fitted vest or like a polo neck, for example.
But you're possibly missing the main point of your tip, because if you look this good, you might be swept off of your feet
Oh my gosh,
into
I
the evening,
mean-
and you might end up dancing the night away. So you need that room, right?
This is true. But we're talking about our daytime comfort for now. So that's that. And
Yeah.
then I also want to touch on the knit or sort of stretch knit
love
dresses, because
that.
it doesn't only end with tops. You do get
Explain this. Is this a dress or a long jersey? This is like everything
Ooh.
and some.
Never really thought about a long jersey, but no, it is actually a dress. And what
Okay.
I love about it is the sort of tie belt to like cinch in the waist, because it is quite boxy and tubular. So it doesn't only end with tops. There's also dresses available.
Nice. Okay. So we've spoken about the knitwear on the top, but
spoken
we've
about the
also
knitwear.
got to go to the bottom before we even get to the layering side of things. So
Yes.
is it skirts? Is it pants? What are we talking about
It's
here?
a little bit of both, Ryle. We've seen the faux leather looks. We've obviously seen the straight cut denims that I'm wearing as
Yeah.
well. I mean, I love a bit of a denim on denim.
And I always thought that that was a cardinal sin, that you cannot go denim on denim, but I see it working so well.
It's called a Canadian tuxedo. It is absolutely
A
welcome
Canadian
in your
tuxedo,
wardrobe.
okay,
Yes.
I like that.
And I think you shouldn't be afraid of mixing different blues as well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if it's a dark blue bottom and a dark blue shirt, perfect, chic, but you could mix light and dark together as well. So don't be afraid to do
Nice,
that.
okay.
And then the denims are not only in blues, they also come in these really beautiful ichor and bone colors. This is a little bit of a wide leg. And again, proportion talking, you want something a little bit more snug, maybe your striped cardigan to pair with this.
Yeah.
And then on the skirt front, I got to dig on my rail, here we go. There's the sort of
Is that
pencil
like a-
long line skirt, and
Yeah.
it's corduroy.
I was going to ask, is that corduroy? Because
Yes.
I'm loving corduroy at the moment.
Which is obviously a quintessential winter texture.
Yes.
It's all about the textures this season, obviously.
And I love that because this is something I'm noticing now. You're using texture, which is so much of a highlight right now, but at the same
Yes.
time, you're providing it in all these different shapes. So we have options to accentuate the
gosh,
parts of our body that we want to, especially
Yes.
depending on the day, because sometimes we feel hot, sometimes we don't in certain areas, and that allows us to really flaunt what we're working with.
100%, and that's where the layering comes into
Yeah.
play. You know, you can throw on a coat or a jacket. I mean, we're going to talk about that. But I really just want to show you some of these pieces that we've
Please
spoken
show
about
me.
on our models.
How does it come
These
together?
come out. So Lataba's wearing the corduroy skirt that we've
Wow.
just seen. So now it's
Yes.
huge difference from hanger to on body, I
Yeah,
think.
completely.
It's hugging in all the right places, and she's got a little bit of a French tuck on her top. And then we got our French chic little Kaylin over here with her wide leg denims. And then you got to add the last layer, I think.
And this is the most important part
This
because we're talking
is-
about layering right now. Yeah.
Yes, this is the most important part. So for Kaylin, I feel like we need to sort of touch on that bone ecru vibes and just add a belted molten coat. And that sort of ties her look together. And then one of the most important pieces for Woolies at the moment for this season is the fur trim hooded parka. Because obviously we all know about puffers and
Yes.
that sort of thing, which obviously they have a selection of. But this is one of their highlighted pieces, and we can just tie in with her navy skirt, add that fur-lined trim parka, and this is such a casual piece, but I mean, she looks chic. She can throw this over her shoulders to go to work and then, you know, throw it off
Yeah,
for the
and
rest of the day.
And I must just say, one thing that I have heard a lot of from women is that they have to compromise their look because of
Oh,
the
never.
functionality and the
Never.
fact that it gets cold and they just need to be warm.
Yes.
But this right here, I think, just nails it from every single angle. You're providing the functionality and the warmth for winter, the beautiful accessorizing of this layering effect, and it's
Yes.
just completely transformed their looks, elevated it, but it still works so well with the base of what's
I
going
love
on.
that word, elevate.
What have you done? You've just created something absolutely extravagant here, but with such staple pieces, and it works together so well. Who are you? What have you done with the Taryn that I knew of the past? Because this is incredible. Thank you
Thanks,
so much for
Ryle.
coming through. This is
No
amazing. I
problem.
really
Thank
love what
you.
you've showcased here. And like you said, seeing it come to life is just even that much more impactful. So
Yes,
you've
and I
outdone
hope everyone
yourself.
feels inspired.
Well, you definitely can be inspired as well, Mzansi. You can shop these looks, of course, at Woolworths. It's available online, in-store, and I'm sure on the app too. And it's an incredible opportunity for you, Mzansi, to take advantage of the magic of enhancing your look this winter. Thank you, Darren.
Big love is in the tiny details. Every second, every look, every stitch. The details make the difference.